dumplings. I don't think I'm doing a good job. Okay. Let's make Chinese dumplings. They are delicious, they're so good, and they're my favourite street food. To fill your dumplings, you have two different options. You can either go for the pork with cabbage, if you're a meat eater, and if you're feeling a bit plant-based, then you can go for tofu and shiitake mushroom. This is all the prep that you're going to need to do for this week's. You're going to get your hands on enormous cabbage, enormous Chinese cabbage, and you're going to peel off the outer leaves. Then you're going to slice up the cabbage. You're only going to use half. You're going to slice up this cabbage nice and thinly. You're going to add 1 tablespoon of salt to the cabbage and give it a scrunchy. This is going to allow the cabbage to release some of the juices. You want to do this about 20 minutes before the cook-along. You're going to need to slice up some spring onions. If you're doing the vegan version, you need to dice up finely shiitake or chestnut mushrooms. You're also going to need to puree 1 tablespoon of ginger and 1 tablespoon of garlic. If you want to buy the purees, absolutely fine. Dumpling dough is super easy, but if you can't be bothered, grab these. They're little gyoza wrappers. You can get these at any Asian supermarket, but super easy. All you need to do is 300 grams of flour, plain flour, teaspoon of salt, 180 mils of just boiled water. Give that a little mixy. It's all going to come together, and you're going to knead it for about 10 minutes until it comes nice and smooth. After a little bit of kneading, your dough should be nice and smooth, and we're going to pop it in a bowl. We're just going to leave it on the side for about 20 minutes. Covered. For this vegan dumpling filling, we're going to take diced mushrooms. So we've got about 200 grams of diced mushroom to a medium hot pan, and add a tablespoon of sesame oil, and then add the mushrooms straight in the pan, and we're going to fry them off for 1 or 2 minutes until they're completely cooked out, with a pinch of salt. For the filling, we need to squeeze out all the water from the cabbage, and we're going to mix the cabbage with the pork. Mix 200 grams of pork, of ground pork, with that squeezed out cabbage. A little sprinkle of pepper, ginger, garlic, and then spring onions, and 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Give that a little mix. That's going to be your cabbage and pork dumpling mix. For the dumpling mix, we're going to add about 150 of silken tofu, and give that a little mush up. And then whack in your chopped shiitake roasted mushrooms, drained cabbage, and then a little bit of ginger and garlic. Finish that off with the spring onions. Give that a little mix, and it should be really. You can either make the dumpling wrappers in a pasta machine and then roll them out and cut them using a little cutter. Otherwise, the traditional way is simply roll it into a sausage shape, take a little bit off, and then we're going to put that back under the plate. Otherwise, if you leave the dumpling dough out for too long, then it's going to get all dry. You can add a little bit of flour to your work surface, give it a bit of a dust, and then just roll it out. And then take the edge of your rolling pin and just roll this out so it's a little bit thinner. There you have a little circle, so you get kind of like a thicker bit in the middle and a thinner bit on the outside. Then you're going to take some of your mix, fill it in the middle, just take about a tablespoon, fill it in the middle, and then close it by pressing it down to start off with, and then pulling this side, and then this side, and then this side, and then this side, and then the left side again, and then the right side again. So you have 3 folds on each side, and he's so cute. That'll just sit on the side. I'm going to make the rest of the dumplings now. Once you've got a few dumplings, these little guys, you want to heat up 1 tablespoon of oil in a large frying pan on a medium heat, and once it's hot, you're going to add your dumplings straight to the pan and allow them to crisp up. You can then carefully add a little bit of water and put a lid on that, and then that's going to steam the dumplings. If you don't want crispy dumplings, you can also put them in a steamer and they're going to be just as tasty, just without the little crispy bottoms. Once they've been heating for a little bit, you're going to have these little crispy bottoms. You're going to add a little bit of water to the pan and then put that back on the heat with the lid on, and that's going to steam. After all the water is removed, you're going to get this lovely crispy bottom. It's so crunchy, and you can just take these off, pop them on your bowl, then layer them up with a bit of chili oil. And that's your Chinese dumplings with chili oil. Thank you for watching the video, and if you enjoyed it and you want to make it again, make sure you save it to your collection. Until next time, keep cooking.